Welcome to Free Your Mind, an experiential daily practice designed to dissolve past programming and expand your awareness of your true self beyond the matrix illusion of fear, lack, and separation. Take a deep breath, and as you exhale, close your eyes and let go of all memory and anticipation. Bring your full awareness to the now, this holy instant. The purpose of this practice is to enable you to bring unconditional and unwavering peace with you into any and every circumstance, and to heal distress and turmoil. This is not done through avoidance or seeking a haven of isolation for yourself. You are here to discover that peace is an intrinsic part of you and requires only that you be there in full consciousness to embrace any situation in which you are. And as you practice, you will learn that there is no limit to where you are, so that your peace is everywhere as you are. Now take one more deep, slow, full breath in. And as you exhale, allow your body and your mind to relax. And let's begin. There is no will but God's. With your eyes remaining closed, repeat this idea several times and feel into its meaning. There is no will but God's. What does this mean? What does this mean about myself? What does this mean about the world I see? Allow yourself several moments to contemplate this. There is no will but God's. This is another way of stating the central premise of awakening from the dream of separation. There is no will but God's, because God's is the only omnipotent power in all of creation. All else that seems to be apart from God's universal will is a dreamlike illusion, a story of make-believe that arose in the imagination and is imbued with full belief, but without any substance and without any capacity to change creation. Like a child pretending to be a prince or a princess, telling themselves of the heroic feats that they are engaged in, and the villains who try to stop them. All the while, the child is safe at home without any threat of danger. you too are safe at home, dreaming of exile while never having left the kingdom of heaven. God's will is the only will. When you have accepted this, you have recognized that your will must be God's. The belief that conflict is possible will have gone. Peace will have replaced the strange idea that you are torn by conflicting goals. As an expression of the will of God, you cannot have other goals but the infinite creators. There is no place where the will of God stops and your will, your individual personal will, begins. There is just one universal will, and it is the will of God that determines your reality and not your own. What you take now to be your own will is only the will of the dream character. It is only the will of the imaginary figment, the figure of self, the false self-image that you yourself have conjured up in your consciousness. That will has no capacity to have any effect on anything except your imagination. This is also another way of dispelling the belief in two powers, good and evil, right and wrong, godly or ungodly. The belief in two powers is the source of all conflict and the veil that blinds us from our shared reality of oneness. There is no power but God's, because omnipotence has no opposite. There is no opposition to infinity, because if there were, infinity would not be infinite, but would stop at the borderline of another power, a separate and opposing consciousness. There is only one will and one power in all creation, and it is this realization that ends the dream of conflict, ends the dream of judgment, and ends the belief in all illusions of secondary powers. And the peace that passes all dualistic understanding must dawn on you as you recognize this. Just like in your own imagination, if you were to imagine a conversation between yourself and another person, pay attention. You are the one who's putting the words in the mouth of the other person. In your imagination, you are the sole arbiter of what each figure in your imagination says, or does, or seems to think. This is no different than playing with dolls or action figures when we were children. There is no good guy. There is no bad guy. There is only the one universal will that moves all things. And as above, so below. Looking at your own direct experience, you can begin to discern the nature of reality. Without illusions, conflict is impossible. Try today to recognize this and experience the peace that this recognition brings. Let's practice. Take a deep breath now, and as you exhale, allow your body to settle ever more deeply into relaxation, and allow your mind to open ever more fully to the now. Begin now by repeating these thoughts several times, slowly and with firm determination to understand what they mean and to hold them in your awareness. There is no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. Take the next minute or so to do this now. And now spend the next several minutes in adding some related thoughts, such as, I am at peace. Nothing can disturb me. My will is God's. My will and God's are one. God wills peace for His Son. God wills peace for His daughter. God wills peace for me. If any conflict-based thoughts cross your mind during this phase of the practice, tell yourself quickly, there is no will but God's. These conflict thoughts are meaningless. Begin now in allowing related thoughts to come and dismissing thoughts of conflict. Do this now. if there is one conflict area in your life or in your present awareness which seems particularly difficult to resolve, single it out now for special consideration. Think about it briefly, but very specifically now. Recognize the particular person or people and the situation or situations involved. And tell yourself, there is no will but God's. I share it with Him. My conflicts about fill in the blank cannot be real. Take the next minute or so to work with this now. After you have cleared your mind in this way, take a deep, slow, and full breath. And as you exhale now, allow your body and mind to relax deeper. And with your eyes remaining closed, try now to experience the peace to which your true nature entitles you. Sink into it and feel it closing around you, permeating your very being. In this practice, there may be some temptation to mistake these attempts to reach your true nature for withdrawal towards unconsciousness, but the difference is easily detected. If you are succeeding, you will feel a deep sense of joy and an increased alertness, rather than a feeling of drowsiness or disassociation. Joy characterizes peace, and by this experience you will recognize that you have reached it. If you feel yourself merely slipping off into withdrawal or drowsiness, quickly repeat the idea, there is no will but God's, and try again. Do this as often as necessary. There is definite gain in refusing to allow your mind to withdraw into drowsiness, even if you do not experience the peace you seek. There is no will but God's. Open your awareness now to the peace to which God's reality entitles you. Feel it. Breathe it. Become aware of it. Do this now. As you near the completion of this practice period, take a slow, full, and deep breath in. Hold it at the top as you hold the intention to integrate your practice, your insight, your learning into your thought system. as you exhale now, relax and release and allow the integration to take place. And remember to bring this idea with you into the rest of your day. In the shorter practice periods throughout the day, a minute or two every half hour with eyes closed if possible, say to yourself, there is no will but God's. I seek God's peace today. And then try to find within you what you are seeking. If you enjoyed and benefited from this practice, please share your experience in the comment section. Like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to continue the journey. May you be at peace and know your true self.